sections of the IELTS listening tests. Listening test, sections of the listening test. We have mentioned that you have 4 sections and 30 minutes to answer questions on these 4 sections. Only the section 1, which is usually the easiest. I told you that the sections are progressively challenging, Abby? Yes. So section 1 is the easiest. It's a conversation between 2 speakers. Okay? It's going to be 2 speakers on a social issue or kind of transaction issue. In most cases, it is a conversation over the telephone. You hear like somebody calling a customer representative or a customer care attendant and asking questions. Do we understand? So as the customer asks the customer care question, there's exchange of information. So as you listen to that exchange of information, you will hear answers to the questions on the question sheet. Once you start listening, expect answers. Are you hearing me? Some answers can come very fast. Once it is time for the test, usually there will be introduction, some other things will be discussed, but you need to be expectant, just be expecting the answer. So, on the question sheet, the questions are there. They will number it. A question sheet is just a booklet of questions. Do you understand? A booklet, not a booklet anyway. So you will see number 1. The questions will be there. Maybe what is the make of the vehicle, for example. As the 2 people talk, you will hear them mention the make. So your own is to hear it and write it there. As soon as you finish writing for one, you listen out for the second one. And I'd like you to know at this junction that the answers are serial. So you can't hear the answer of number 2 before hearing answer number 1. You must hear the answer of number 1 first before you hear number 2. In fact, if you are trying to listen out for answer number 10 and you hear answer number 11, it means there is a challenge. It means you have missed answer number 10. Do you understand? So that is how the exam is structured. As soon as you hear the answer of number 1, you listen out for the answer of number 2. There's no time to waste. Okay, so section 1 is how many speakers, please?
1.
Section 1,
Okay,
2 speakers. Then section 2 is what? Monologue. That's 1 speaker. That's why it's called monologue. So usually it is usually a narration. Listening to something like the voice of a tour guide. Do you understand? Like somebody explaining. Can be talking about maybe an ancient artifact, maybe a building. Just giving a narration, you know. And then as you listen to the narration, you will also be picking out answers to the questions. But in part 2, you need to actually try to listen out for specific information because the questions is going to be around that. Specific information like in what year was the building established, you know, who was maybe the builder or something. So you are going to listen out for specific information. Section 3, please. Section 3. Section 1 and 2 is social, right? It's on social conversation. Social narration. But part 3 and 4 are usually academic. So please write. This section 3 can be very, very challenging. I need you to listen to me because I'm going to explain some skills that will just be very helpful. One of the popular question type they have over here, we're still going to cover question type, is called matching heading. Okay? It means that there will be a list and then there will be information. So you need to identify which information suits a list? Which information suits this? For example, maybe the discussion, it's, we said it can be 2 to 4 discussants or participants or speakers. It can actually be 2 to 4 objects. For example, it can be a discussion about 4 hotels. Okay? About 4 hotels in Asaba. Now, maybe these hotels, the first one is called White Hotel. The second one is called Orange Hotel. The third one is called Pink Hotel. The fourth one is called Green Hotel. Right? Now, there's going to be a list. This will actually be on your question sheet. This. Then there's going to be a list. Sorry, this is a list. Then there will now be something like information. The information can be something like maybe number 13. Maybe I should be having around 17, 18. Maybe number 18, newest hotel in Asaba. Maybe number 19, hotel that is currently recruiting, etc. Okay? So as you listen to the conversation, you are going to hear which of this hotel is the newest hotel in Asaba. I need everybody to look up. Do you understand? So what you actually listen out for in section 3 is your ability to know which is for which. Which information is for this speaker, which information is for this item, as you listen to the discussion. So, which hotel is currently recruiting? Do you understand? Maybe as you listen, they'll talk about the fact that it's Pink Hotel. Do you understand? So, as you listen, you are going to try to match which information is for this. At other time, they can use something like a customer care. They will identify maybe like 4 persons in an organization that attend to customers. Okay? Maybe the first one's name is Jude. The second one is Matthew. Now, the information will be which of these customer care representative maybe attends to first time, and that is customers that are visiting the organization for the first time. So your ability to listen out for this information is very, very important in your field. So you will hear 2 to 3 different speakers. You need to match which one is saying which and which one is not saying. If you have any question, please be free, be excited, and be bold to ask the question.
Can you have more than one answer for the question?
More than one answer? No, it's never.
So like when they say you should choose multiple answers.
Oh, MCQs. We'll talk about that. Multiple choice questions is one answer. But if you have up to, it's very rare though, if you have up to 5 options, A, B, C, D, this is 5 options. If you have up to 5 options, that means they want you to choose 2 correct answers. And it will be expressly stated in the instruction. In number 1 to 2, choose 2 correct answers for whatever they'll tell you. Do you understand? But if it's normal MCQ, the number 1 is usually 4 options. Is one correct answer, is one correct answer that you will choose. Okay, so we'll still come to question time. Part 4, which is the last, section 4, which is the last section. Okay? It's usually a monologue. Okay? So, section 4 is usually lecture. It can be on a historical event. You can talk about anything. Okay? Talk about anything. And usually it's a lecture. It can be sociological kind of lecture at times too. but it's usually intricate. That's the truth. You need to understand that. That means you try to understand. But some of the things they'll be saying are things that's the lecture will be about something you have possibly not like heard before. It's a lecture you've not really sat under before. Do you understand? So you need to try to connect, just try to pick out answer, and one of the skills that you will require is what we already talked about, your ability to interpret. Because in most cases, the answers will not just be staring at you at the surface. Do you guys hear that? In most cases, for you to get some answers, you have to interpret. You have to interpret. You have to use synonyms. You have to use paraphrasing. And one of the strategies you need to understand here and now is that the words they use in the question, when you are listening to the audio, you will not hear the exact word or words. They will change it. Yes, they will change it. So, but when you read the question, you read the meaning. You try to understand the meaning. So as you listen out, based on your understanding of the question, you listen out for the answer. Let me give you an example. For example, let's say Jude was born in 1972. After 10 years, he moved to Lagos, trying to crack Jude. He moved to Lagos. Jude was born in 1972. After 10 years, he moved to Lagos. Let's say this part of the things you'll be hearing, for example. Then the question would now be, maybe this is 19 or 18. In what year did Jude relocated to Lagos? Yes, so you don't do maths.
Mathematical question.
It's not mathematical, it's not maths.
Okay, it's logical.
It's logical, yeah, I like that. It's logical. You just need to interpret. So let's look at this question. Who can tell us what was the answer? 90 what? Beautiful. You are a very fast thinker. Yeah, okay. Moved to relocate or relocated. Number 2, you needed to interpret the information. He was born in 1972, and after 10 years, he moved to Lagos. So that means the year he moved to Lagos was 1982. Do you know, that is what I mean by the answer may not just be staring at you. You need to interpret what you are hearing to actually fish out a particular answer, just like we have done here. So please, after the section, let us quickly move to question time.